Good morning, everyone, or should I say afternoon. It's kind of a dark, dreary day today, and I'm here in my garden, obviously. I'm going to pull out a bunch of these guys. See how tall that is? That with the big, tall, yellow, beautiful yellow flowers at the top. Anybody know what that is? I think it's in the sunflower family, but I could be very wrong. In fact, I'm probably very wrong. This is my kale, which is about 4 feet high, and this is Jerusalem artichokes, which is considerably higher. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. Jerusalem artichokes, and more specifically prebiotic fiber, which we're hearing a lot about for good gut health. Now, Jerusalem artichokes is kind of a misnomer because they are not an artichoke at all. They are a root, and let me show you what that looks like. I just started pulling some out, and they literally grow at the end of the roots. See? And they're red, but the centers are actually white, very starchy, and ranked as one of the highest prebiotic foods in Mother Nature. So I'm going to keep harvesting, and I will talk more about this later.
I'm back. I told you I would talk to you about Jerusalem artichokes and prebiotics. So I have picked a whole bunch here. They're quite large. Quite a few of them are quite large, and you don't typically see these in the grocery store. I understand they do sell them, but they're quite expensive, and I know why after spending hours pulling them out of the roots. But they are also very good raw. I forgot to mention that. And they are quite crunchy. I don't know if I can snap it open. Quite crunchy, white in the center. I've been asking people what it tastes like, and the closest we can get to is like a mild nut, like Brazilian nut. So crunchy, tasty. It would be kind of like the texture of a radish. In fact, it kind of looks like a radish on the inside. So you could slice this and put it in salads, and it would be a nice addition because it gives you lots of the prebiotic fiber. So what are prebiotics? Prebiotic fiber is really the insoluble fiber that is in vegetables primarily, some fruit I suppose, but mostly in vegetables, that the digestive system cannot break down. And it goes through the digestive system and goes into the large colon, which is where all of our good bacteria is, and it feeds our good bacteria, which is why prebiotics are so important. Now, if you don't have a lot of good bacteria and you eat lots of this fiber, you're going to have a heck of a gut ache. So if you're not used to eating a lot of fiber, especially insoluble fiber, start slow. Also, you want to be having probiotics as well, or if you know you have good gut bacteria, that's great, you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't, you want to slowly start incorporating that into your diet, primarily the fermented foods like sauerkraut and kimchi and kefir that we hear about that's fermented. Anything that's fermented is loaded with good probiotics, which will in turn make your immune system, which is in your gut, much stronger. But we need to feed those little guys. We need to feed the good bacteria, and we do that with prebiotics. So the more we can feed it, the more they populate, the stronger they are, the stronger our immune system becomes, the better our digestion, the better our cognitive functions, our moods, our emotions, and basically our immune system, 80% is in our gut. So we want to have a healthy gut. And we do that by eating the good foods, but also by eliminating the sugar and the carbs, like the simple carbs like flour and those sorts of things, at least limiting them, because those feed the bad bacteria. So which one do you want to feed more? Do you want to feed the good guys or the bad guys? We always have some of what we call the bad bacteria or in our gut, but they're not so bad if we have them in low amounts. They can actually serve a purpose. We want high ratio of good gut bacteria and low of the other, not the other way around, because that's when we're always sick. So eat your fiber, and I should say, if you are having trouble eating high fiber foods raw, just steam it lightly. There's lots of prebiotic foods, you'll see if you look it up, that they tend to be the high fiber things, like asparagus is also a really good prebiotic food, but very high in fiber. But you can just lightly steam it or shave it really thin and put it in your salad. There's lots of different ways we can eat it, but eat it. Some raw, some steamed, until your gut gets healthier, and then you won't have issues with eating it raw. So I'm off to work now. You have a good day, and eat your fiber and your veggies.